it's an hour of my day that I can focus now and not bring that home and spend more time with my family. So that was the eureka moment. My name is Andre Deja. I'm one of the cardiologists in Boston, working in a private practice setting as well as affiliated to a medical school. Unfortunately, the American system does require a lot of documentation, which may not fully add to patient care and value, in my opinion. There are, certain checkboxes you have to meet, phrases you have to be very precise about, otherwise you're not able to build a note. And that really takes a lot of time and focus and energy. And so I spend a lot of time writing my notes. They shouldn't really take the time away from me and my kids. Sometimes I forget a question that I should ask for chest pain. Sometimes I forget to add on a medication that I should have done, and later when I was writing the note, I'd find it out and had to call back the patient. And so I was hoping to structure my thought a little bit better. Those were my two requirements before. The most important was to cut down on time. My goal was to really spend only 5 minutes for the note. I was actually measuring I had a stopwatch, this kind of, measuring how much time do I spend writing my notes. And it turns out that before PhraseExpander, I was really kind of using about 9 minutes, 8 to 9 minutes on average. Which doesn't, which is too much time. We have only 20 minutes with the patient, and so spending another 8 to 9 minutes, if you see 20 patients, it's a lot of time that's wasted, frankly, because it doesn't add to the patient care. My ultimate goal is 5 minutes, but I got down to 6 minutes 20. Then I stopped doing. It's probably 50 charts before and after with PhraseExpander, and that's 3 minutes. And one would say, okay, 3 minutes, what is that? If you multiply this by usually 20 patients that I see, that's an hour that falls from the sky, and that's really impressive amount of time that is come back to me. That allows me, to answer other stuff that I have to do, and that's was the eureka moment that it actually works. I'm a cardiovascular physician focusing on heart failure patients, so it's a very small field, but still, it is so vast that sometimes you don't, you don't see certain clinical scenarios, and you don't feel fully comfortable with them. And so what happens is that PhraseExpander allowed me, now that I have these phrases, so I have a trigger. Let's say a patient has symptom X or clinical condition X, and now I have certain phrases that I'm using to write my note with these with the PhraseExpander. So it actually allows me to organize my thought process. It allows me to order, the right tests and not call back patients. And so it makes me actually, even though I've been doing this for so many years now, I'm actually learning the medicine new, because I realized that I've used a lot of art, my experience and all these things. And that's how it should be done. And now I'm actually using the guideline structure. Yeah, 100%. You will be able to speed up your documentation process. You will reduce your strain on your, on your hands. And lastly, which I think is even more important, is you'll be able to organize your thought process